Attention!
I'd like you to take a look at this picture.
It's a rather nice picture, isn't it? I was able to commemorate the restoration of relations between our nations.
Oh, it's commemorative, all right. One that captures the proof I need to show that it was you who committed the murder.
Come again?
This is the knife that killed Mr. Koshin. I see you recognize it as well you should, for it was you who brought it to this theatre. You hid it among the flowers you were to give to the Steel Samurai. Meaning you killed Manny Koshin here in the theatre.
It's time for me to catch my flight.
We're not through yet.
It's game over for you, Mr. Edgeworth. I thank you for the entertainment. No matter how passionately you orate, the end result will be the same. I won't be returning to this country ever again.
That's right. This man's an ambassador. These are extraterritorial rights. No matter how hard we chase after him, we won't be able to have him tried in court.
Yes, it's exactly the face you should be making. The face of a worthless cur.
Oh.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, I must bid you farewell.
Ugh. The courts. Is there no one who can lay a finger on this man? Is this really the end? Agent Lang!
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Prosecutor. Get out of my way. My plane is scheduled to take off soon. Sorry, but you're not going anywhere, Mr. Alba. I'm through playing games with you people. You can't touch me. If you do, it will spark an international incident, Agent Lang. Sorry, but no, it wouldn't. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Good job holding the fort down here till I got back. So, Mr. Alba, your diplomatic immunity has just been revoked. What do you mean revoked? Spare me this nonsense and let me through. Langzy says, before aiming for the throat, chew the neck shield off first. Interpol headquarters in the Imperial household of the Kingdom of Alberhast took a while to get things rolling, but they finally moved on it. The Imperial household? What have you done? You've been relieved of your duties as ambassador, Mr. Alba. What?
What?
What? What? Effective today, effective right now, you have Mr. Prosecutor's videotape to thank for this. The video the Yatagaratsu protected. You can't be arrested simply because you're an ambassador. In that case, I thought I'd strip you of the title. You underestimated me, a descendant of the founder of the entertainment philosophy Langzy. 4,000 years of deeply entrenched connections and networks around the world. They really paid off. It can't be. I don't believe this. My ambassadorship has been revoked. Ha 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 ha! Looks like you're finally coming to grips with your new standing. Whoa! Looks like he's turned docile again.
He's probably in shock from the loss of his shield.
That's a shame. I'd so wanted to use my whip on him. Why is this happening to me? I'm just a hard-working, honest ambassador. Do you really think you can still pull that on us now? We've already ripped away the mask and seen you for who you really are, Mr. Alba.
Objection!
No, I won't be stopped now.
He still intends to fight us?
So what if I'm no longer an ambassador? You still don't have any evidence on me. The fact remains you can't arrest me. I'd expected no less from you, the boss of the smuggling ring. The rest is up to you, Mr. Prosecutor.
Understood.
You say that like I killed Mr. Koshin in the theatre. Even if that's true, and there was a knife in my bouquet, I left the bouquet in the theatre. Anyone could have taken it out from there and used it, right? Besides, to claim he was killed there itself is odd. After all, wasn't his body discovered in Babal? You claiming I carried his body all the way over there? Preposterous.
I'll be the one to prove whether it's preposterous or not. Ex-Ambassador Alba, are you ready? Because this is no game, this is war.
I killed Mr. Koshin in the theatre using a knife stuck in my bouquet. I left the bouquet in the theatre. Anyone could have taken the knife from there.
We've literally had this already.
Don't you think you've had enough fun with me? You already stolen my ambassadorship from me. Would you have me surrender too? You've no plans to ever return to this country, isn't that right? Did you know a bunch of your subordinates are seeking asylum because of you? As if I care. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, boot this guy out of the embassy and we can finally end everything.
I know, and I'll give my try to see give it my all to see he leaves in handcuffs. Without the title of ambassador, he's just another witness.
Yeah, just another witness. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's get this guy. Let's get him good.
I wonder if they understand all I can do is present evidence to the testimony.
Hold it!
That's right, as I explained earlier. The commemorative photo shows you had the knife on your person.
You've no proof the bouquet was prepared by me, isn't that right?
Excuse me?
The fact there was a knife in the bouquet was something I wasn't aware of. What a pathetic excuse! The weapon that was used is one of your national treasures. Isn't exactly something anyone other than you could touch, let alone take. I allowed some of my trusted subordinates to handle them. It could have been my secretary. You're an even bigger slime ball than I thought.
You would push the guilt of Mr. Koshilin's murder on one of your subordinates?
In any case, the fact the knife was in the bouquet means nothing. I left the bouquet in the theatre.
You still wish to deny your actions?
And you still wish to deny reality and accuse me of murder?
What? I'm not in denial.
Even though he's not an ambassador anymore, he's still got a real bad attitude. I believe it's because he's no longer an ambassador he can let himself speak freely. If he's not going to hold anything back, neither should I.
Wait. For the sake of the case, please refrain from what I think you're about to do.
Quite the pair of frightening women you are, but I digress.
Hold it!
Even if he was found in Babahel, he was killed somewhere else.
Stop bluffing because you can't prove what you're claiming. If this were a court-martial in my country, you'd have already been removed from the room. Are you taunting us on purpose? Because I'd be happy to show you my claws.
Hold on, Agent Lang. Allow me to fight him in my way, with evidence.
I was joking. I'm not so easily ruffled by the likes of him.
Too bad. Though I'm no longer an ambassador, it still could have been an international incident. If you have the will to threaten us with that mouth of yours, then perhaps you can use it to return the testimony.
Very well.
But to be fair, you should watch what you say as well.
Hold it!
Is that really so? You could have easily blackmailed your subordinates to be quiet and then moved the body.
That's quite an insult to me and my subordinates. I'm afraid we can't have that. It's very difficult to enter my embassy as the guards always conduct thorough checks. If someone so much as made an unnatural movement, it would arouse their suspicions. Come to think of it, there wasn't anything unnatural about him in the footage.
Wait. Let me think about that for a second. Mr. Albert said the guard would become suspicious if someone acted unnaturally. But then, by the same token, the guard would not become suspicious if someone were to act naturally. If we retrace Mr. Albert's movements, we should find some hint on solving this case.
Right after the Steel Samurai stage show, he went back to Albast, right? From there, he started preparing his speech in the Albastian embassy. It does sound like it wasn't possible to have gone to the Balhae's embassy.
He couldn't have gone to Bahal, but the body didn't remain at the theatre either. Is it possible the body was temporarily taken to a different location first?
Yes. I think I need to present this here.
Objection!
There we go.
Actually, I do believe there's a way to transport the body out the theatre. Perhaps you should give this a look.
What's that supposed to be?
Footage from a security camera that captured the state of the immigration area.
Should I congratulate you on getting your hands on it? Just so you know, we're not the only ones watching your every movement. Thanks for the warning.
If you could take a good look at this section here. This lump inside the pushcart, do you know what's causing it?
Should I? Because I don't.
In that case, allow me to enlighten you. This is the cause of the unnatural lump onto the cloth in the pushcart.
Take that!
What's the meaning of showing me that?
Is to say the unnatural bulge in the pushcart is Mr. Koshin's body. You had the Steel Samurai wheel his body away from the real crime scene.
What a guess. I wonder if you have any evidence to support it.
I admit for now it's a hypothesis, however...
If you can't prove it, I'm afraid I must be on my way. I don't have any more time to play with you people. Sorry it took so long, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Gummy?
Detective Gumshoe, is that the Steel Samurai's pushcart?
Yes, sir. I found it in the open-air stage area.
So that's where you went.
The detective spirit that Pops Up left me with. I thought I'd follow my gut and go with it, sir. So, Mr. Edgeworth, is this worth anything in the case?
Yes, it just might play a major role in solving this case, Detective. But something isn't right. I thought the entire samurai family was in Alabast. Where exactly in the open-air stage area did you find this pushcart?
I found it lying there at the edge of the stage, sir.
Oh, let's leave that for now and examine the inside, Detective.
Yes, sir.
I don't think that's tomato sauce, do you? It's blood. This must be Mr. Koshin's blood, which only goes to prove Mr. Koshin's body was indeed transported by this pushcart. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Koshin in this theatre and then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you.
Objection!
I forced him to move the body into Albast? What nonsense! Why'd I bother to do such a thing?
Objection!
You were scheduled to make a speech in Albast, meaning it was difficult for you to stop in Bahal. However, what if you moved the body to Albast? Because it was your embassy, you could keep an eye on it and tamper with the evidence. Then you smuggled it out of Albast.
No!
If I can show how you moved the body from Albast to Bahal, then I win.
But you can't. The security between the two countries is incredibly tight.
I'll be the one to judge whether I can or cannot prove it. And so I ask you to provide us with testimony regarding your movements after the return to Albast.
Miles Edgeworth, have you figured it out? Do you know how the body was moved?
To be honest, I have nothing to support my hypothesis at this time. However, I don't believe I made a mistake in my logic up to this point, which means
There's no question that can't be answered, right?
the Primadou statue was smuggled successfully for a brief flight through the air. So why shouldn't there be an answer as to how the body was moved? Which means there must be a logic flaw somewhere I can exploit.
After I returned to Albast, I had my picture taken with the Steel Samurai shaking hands. And then just as I was about to start my speech, the Yatagaratsu appeared. I feared for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office.
Is that all?
That's all.
Objection!
Looks like he left out a few things, such as the murder of Damask II. Furthermore, you left out the part about meeting with me in your office. Oh, those trifling matters. I don't believe I need to speak of those things again. I do so hate to waste time. What?
You... Is not every life precious?
Do you really need me to answer that for you?
Objection!
People like you cannot be allowed to wander freely through society.
You better try hard, because I doubt you'll find a single contradiction. He's really full of himself, isn't he?
Yes, he is. How can you be so confident at a time like this?
Come on, don't be shy. Go ahead and ask what you like.
Hold it!
So why is it only with the Steel Samurai? I thought the Pink Princess was also around.
The Pink Princess has something from her bad hip at the time, and the doctors recommended she rest. Wow, so you do have a soft side after all. The pain of a bad hip. I suppose none of you can really understand how it feels. You tend to strain your back as well, huh? Isn't that just because you're normally all hunched over?
He did need to keep up the act no matter what, I suppose.
The point of this is not to discuss my back problems. Around 15 minutes after our handshake, I was in the office preparing for the speech.
Hold it!
The Yatagaratsu was just a trick you had set up.
most amusing joke that you propose I set it up?
If you really want to know, I can explain in detail for you. You arranged the spotlights at the Rose Garden so that when you were to take the stage, the audience would see the Yatagarazu's shadow.
Oh, that's an interesting tale. Sadly, it's nothing to do with me. You. What's it going to take for you to fess up to anything?
Ugh. Very well, then let's move on to a different question. After the Yatagarazu appeared, what was the state of the Rose Garden?
Everyone took refuge inside the embassy. I even helped with the efforts. And then once everyone was inside, well, I favored our national treasures and raced back to my office.
Hold it!
And what happened after you returned to your office?
I don't want to keep on repeating this, however, upon my return I had that stroke of bad luck and bumped into Masked Man. And I don't want to keep on repeating this either, but his name was Damask II. Who cares what he was called? By the time he got to the Primadou statue he was supposed to steal, it had already been swapped for the fake. Talk about an unlucky man. Being bludgeoned to death with a fake statue. Miss Von Car's really letting her whip fly now. Oh! I think the scary part is the science when she's doing it.
She must be at the limit of her patience as well. Physical attacks are meaningless here, only evidence will suffice. Ugh. I can't find a single flaw in his argument. This rate I won't be able to prove he's actually guilty of anything.
Are we finished here? Miles Edgeworth, can you not come up with how the body was moved to Baba How?
Sir?
Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh,
Even after proving so much, is he going to get away with it?
is this the end?
It appears we made it just in time. Oh my god. It'd be a great honor if you allow us to be your allies in battle. Evil Magistrate, it's time for you to pay! It's the Steel Samurai? No, you're mistaken, for I am Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo. And this is Pink Princess Mommy. Edgy Poo!
Oh! The two people I wanted to see the least! Larry, what are you two doing here?
Way to show your gratitude, Edgy. We just wanted to help. Sheesh. I'm gonna get the back of a single thrust of my samurai spear.
Go away!
How can you be so mean to us, Edgy Poo? All three of us come to lend a hand. This is how you treat us? Isn't that just grand? I still managed to find the Iron Infant.
Does that really matter right now?
Hey, is it just me or is the Iron Infant completely soaked?
Oh yeah.
I found him in the Baba How. He was in the middle of the pool.
Wait a second. Larry, go back to what you just said.
Huh? Oh, it appears we made it.
No, not that far back. Something about finding the Iron Infant in Baba How? And you found it in a pool? I don't recall there being one in Baba How.
Oh, that! Well, I was in Albas the whole time, so I have no idea how the Iron Infant wound up in Baba How. I thought I lost him in the Rose Garden. I guess maybe this cute kid can swim, huh?
Wait, what? Larry, you lost the Iron Infant in the Rose Garden? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure, but I found him.
That's enough, Larry. Iron Infant Larilos somehow managed to move between the two countries. Furthermore, the Iron Infant found itself soaked in the middle of a pool? This is what I've been looking for. It's another smuggling route between the countries. The key to the route the Iron Infant took from the travel from Alhas to Bahal is... That's right, the embassy was built with bilateral symmetry in mind. Detective Gumshoe!
Yes, sir?
There's a location I wish for you to examine post-haste. It's where I believe the route was used to smuggle Mr. Koshin's body lies.
Does something like that really exist, sir?
An embassy built on bilateral symmetry, meaning this is where we need to examine.
Take that!
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it. It's too late. It doesn't matter what you do. It's all a waste of time. You will stay here with us and wait.
This is Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's here, sir. There's a reservoir here just like in the rose garden.
Just as I suspected.
What is it?
The two sides of the embassy are mirror images of each other, which means there's also a pool in the corresponding location in the Balahas side. Mr. Koshin's body was moved to Babahal through the pool in the Abalas.
Avoiding the topic with a vague answer like this is unbecoming of a prosecutor. If you don't mind, I'd like to see more physical proof if you have any.
The Iron Infant is positively soaked in water. Why do you think that is? Because he was fished out of a pool. Not just any pool, it was the Baba Halsey one. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that what must be true. The water reservoirs in the two courtyards are connected.
And where's your proof the two sides were connected?
The proof is right here before your eyes. The half-drowned Iron Infant.
This blasted doll! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back. Hey, don't tell me. You guys figured everything out without me.
We did, thanks to this hero of justice's son. Even if he's just a doll, he managed to help foil the villain.
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't want to say this, but it's kind of like the boy just happened to have passed through to Bohal. This guy's a doll. He's small, I can believe he made it, but...
He has a point.
Yes, that's right. I'm glad someone here understands. Mr. Edgeworth, are you going to next propose a dead body can swim through a pipe? So you see, Mr. Prosecutor, our chase after this man is far from over.
Agent Lang.
Why does he have Mr. Albert out now?
He's not. He's realised a flaw in my argument and is helping move the logic along. In which case, I should return the favour and find an answer.
Another thing. Mr. Koshin's body was found in his office in Badahau. What happened to his body after it was transported into the open-air stage?
Mr. Elba had an accomplice in Babahal, remember?
You mean Sheena, right?
With her there, you can see how it's possible to move the body to the office.
Are you seriously claiming she swam through the connecting pipe with the body? He's right. Miss Sheena would drown if she tried that. It's It's hard to imagine she swam through the connecting...
It's hard to imagine she swam through the connecting pipe.
Looks like your hypothesis about how the body was moved is still only half-baked. In the end, it's all just befuddled musings of an accusatory man. I believe you should give up and allow me passage. Because from the start, there was no feasible method of transporting the body.
What?
Mr. Prosecutor, recall Shinra's movements.
What's happening in the embassy around the time of Shinra was in Babahal?
Oh, if only there was a way to get rid of the water in the pool.
Get rid of the water? Aha, that's it!
I believe this time we really are done, right?
Unfortunately for you, it's far from over, Mr. Alba.
You are a most persistent man. Are you saying you thought of a way to move the body through the water?
Move the body through the water? Completely unrelated to how it was done.
Excuse me?
The reason I say that is because there wasn't any water there at the time.
What do you mean there wasn't any water?
Just what it sounds like. Tonight's events made it possible to drain the water, allowing the body to be moved.
Take that!
Tonight, the Yatagarasu set fire to a variety of locations in the Barajas embassy. In order to put the fires out, much of the reservoir's water was used. Of course, when the water's used, the reservoir's water level went down. If enough water's drained, the connecting pipe should be used to traverse the border.
So what? The water level went down, the reservoirs were connected. Does any of this matter? You can't prove any of this.
Pretending to be ignorant won't work with me. We both know what kind of situation we're in right now. Even in a game, there comes critical game-changing moment. A moment in which you hit a wall you must overcome in order to beat the game.
I haven't lost yet.
I found the route you managed to smuggle the body, and that route will lead to your defeat.
Even if all the water is used by the firefighting effort, you still can't really call that a smuggling route.
I know that.
I should have figured out you would notice. Mr. Alba, how deep are those pools anyway? I'll have you know the pools are extremely deep. There's no ladders or footholds along the walls either. It'd be difficult for Sheena to hold the body and climb up out the pool.
Ladders or footholds along the walls? There's no need for such things.
What do you mean?
If one were to use a certain something, they could go up or down the pool at will.
Looks like you got an answer already. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Prosecutor? Enlighten us already.
The way in which Miss Sheena and the body were able to rise up to ground level. If there was a way to control the water level, that could be the way the body was moved.
Fountain spouts, right?
Take that!
Mr. Alba used the fountain spouts, in a matter of speaking.
You use the fountain spouts? How so?
The water lever in the pools can be controlled by opening and closing the spouts. Miss Sheena and the body were lifted upwards by their buoyancy in water. The fire on the balcony's side and the firefighting effort, those were set in motion for the sake of smuggling Coachman's body. Shall I show you where the final destination of my train of logic leads? First, Mr. Alba closed the fountain spout in advance in preparation for things to come. Then he took the pushcart that was brought to the Rose Garden and pushed it along with the Iron Infant and Mr. Coachen's body into the pool. At this time, Miss Sheena was conveniently starting the first fire in Babahal. Then she made for the open-air stage's pool to wait for the firefighting effort to begin. When the firefighters used the water in the pool, the water went down. And by the time the fire was out, the pipe between the two pools was exposed. This is when she pushed the pushcart from Alambas into Babahal. Once this was accomplished, Mr. Alba simply reopened the fountain spouts once more. And the water level rose up to its original level along with Miss Sheena and the body. After that, Miss Sheena used the pushcart to carry the body up to Secretariat's office. There's an elevator in the embassy after all, so you see, even with her small frame, she could have easily transported Mr. Koshin's body. And that wraps up my thorough explanation of how the body was moved. No. Well, Mr. Ex-Ambassador Alba, what do you think? Not so untouchable about your precious extraterritorial rights to protect you, are you?
I knew you could do it, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to fight back. You accuse me of moving the body across country lines. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you don't have what it takes to indict me. The nitty-gritty? What does the old man want now?
Proof, I believe, is what he seeks.
Yes, proof. Without any, who's to say whether or not what you said really happened? He wants proof? What are you going to do to Mr. Edgeworth?
There's no need to worry. I've had all the proof we need all along. The body wasn't the only thing to go through the pool's connecting pipe tonight. Just as Detective Gumshoe found the pushcart in the open-air stage area, so too did I find one other item there. And that piece of evidence is what will prove the pools and the smuggling route. This was another thing that was smuggled over to Bahal's open-air stage area. The wet guitar pick, right?
Take that!
What exactly is that?
You have no idea, do you? This little piece that I found at the Babhalese side will be your undoing.
Guitar pick? Would you care to explain to me what's going to do me in, as it were?
Much to your chagrin, perhaps it is not a guitar pick.
What?
This is something I found at the open-air stage which was transported with the body. I naturally assumed you'd recognize it, since you took a photo of it after all. Since you don't, allow me to show you what this fragment from the stage area belongs to.
Take that!
Let us take a good look at the murder weapon that was used to kill Manny Koshin. On the handle of the knife, there's a beautifully blooming flower. However, it would appear it is missing a single petal. Now, let's see what happens when we try to fit this pick into the open slot.
It's a perfect fit.
I assume the petal must have fallen off in the flower during Mr. Koshin's murder, and then it was accidentally placed into the pushcart along with Mr. Koshin's body.
An interesting story, nothing more.
I assure you it's more than just a story, because for some odd reason the flower petal was wet when I found it.
Wet, you say?
Yes, and the only place it could have gotten wet was from the open-air stage's pool. Now I ask you, how did a part of the weapon which was smuggled into the theatre wind up in the open-air stage area on the Babhalese side of the embassy? I don't think I need to waste any more words explaining this, as the petal explains it all for me. It proves that someone went from the Rose Gardens pool and flew into Babahal.
Impossible! The people of Zangfar have been waiting to see you face to face, Mr. Alba. I'll tell everyone back home we'll be there soon. You should be happy.
Why? Why? It's a little late to be asking that question. You should have known from the very beginning, when you took your first life. No matter how you may plot, or how you may try to cover it all up, you can never hide from your crime and what you have done. Because we're here to see to it justice is served to people like you.
You can't call what you've given me a perfect argument. You know, I don't think this guy's going to ever admit to his wrongdoings, Mr. Edgeworth. He values himself above all else. People who can't be negotiated with are people who refuse to admit when they've lost. I don't believe those kinds of people really exist because everyone breaks eventually.
You're right. In that case, I have no choice but to use all the evidence I have. I'll use it until he breaks under the weight of his crimes. Alba, I request you testify once more. This really will be the end of the line.